Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Boggs fan. Hope you all had a great weekend. Before I get into today's video, I want to give a big thanks to the guys at Bench Clear Media, especially Mike, baseball collector, and Ty. I know Mike did a lot of the legwork because Ty had some family obligations and stuff, but Hobbypalooza was another great success. I enjoyed watching so many different live streams about various aspects of the hobby, some great hosts and guests. There were some episodes that I wasn't able to watch live because I had my own things going on over the weekend, but I'm going to be going back and catching the recorded versions on some of the ones that I missed. It was a great time, not only for the content creators there, again, talking about a whole different range of aspects of the hobby. Some were specific to different collections, just other thoughts on the hobby. It was just great, and the interaction with those who logged on to the live streams. Sometimes they were having their own different hobby conversations while the live stream was going on. It was great. Glad I was able to again join in some of those live streams. Looking forward to Hobbypalooza 2023. I think Mike said that was his goal to try to put something together for next year. And I find these, in addition to, again, everyone coming together and just having a great time, with it falling like right before the National, in this case, a month before the National, it just gives sort of like an introduction or a pre-experience to those that will be attending the National in person. It's just like a great stepping stone, I guess what I was, the word I was, or phrase I was looking for, to hopefully meeting up with some of those same people that interacted on the live chats, or some that, are going to be going to the National but weren't able to participate in those live streams. So it's a great starting point for the National. It's great timing of it. And again, it was just wonderful. I can't say anything negative about it. It was great. So with that said, for today's video, with it being about a month now before the National, I didn't think I was in a position to purchase one of the cards on my 100 cards for $100,000 list. I haven't been buying a whole lot over the last month. I've been picking up some Boggs cards, some fairly inexpensive Boggs cards, and looking for fairly inexpensive vintage cards as well. Different things going on. I also have another vacation planned before the National, so I have to make sure I have some funds available for that, and so on. So various things right now aren't allowing me to buy any type of big cards. Now, I did in a previous video show off a really cool Yogi Berra card that I picked up. If you didn't see that video, I think I'll probably have a link to it at the end of this video. Really neat Yogi Berra pickup. So that one was a fairly expensive card, nothing too crazy. But again, didn't think I was in a position to pick up one of my 100 cards for $100,000 prior to the National. Well, I had been, again, still, even though I haven't been buying much, I've been watching a lot, seeing what's out there. And I saw this one card show up. It was a buy it now, and it was reasonably priced. It was maybe on the higher end of the comps, but nothing crazy. But still, I wasn't ready to pull the trigger, so I just kept it in my watch list. And as is the case sometimes, the seller offered a discount for those that were watching that card. And I did have, actually, I don't want to call it free money, but I did have some money in my PayPal account that I knew that I could offset the cost of that card, and in my normal monthly card budget, make up the difference, and it wouldn't be that difficult to pick up. So once I saw what the offer was, it wasn't crazy, but it was something. It was a decent discount on the price. I knew I had to grab it because it was one of the ones that I've sort of filling in like a little missing piece in a player collection. We'll see if you can pick up what that card may be. But I'm going to turn the camera around and show off card number 17. Can't believe I'm almost getting to card number 20, but I'm at card number 17 on my list of 100 cards for $100,000. I'm hoping at the National to be able to pick up a few more from my list. I'll probably doing the standard pre-National video and what my expectations are and all that stuff. So that'll be coming in the next couple weeks probably, in which I may outline some specific cards from my 100 card for $100,000 list that I'll be looking out for. Not to say that I wouldn't be purchasing other cards that may not be on that list, but there'll be some that I'll be actively looking for. We'll see if I'll be able to get. But yeah, time to turn the camera around and check out card number 17. Okay, card number 17 off my list is 1972 Topps Hank Aaron. Picked this up in a PSA 5. It's not perfectly centered, but compared to a lot of the 72s that I have been looking at, the left to right has really been off. You could probably say it's off maybe top to bottom as well, but on these 72s, I don't mind if there's a little bit more of a border at the top. Again, not too bad on the bottom, especially when you look at the comparing to that portion there as opposed to when it dips down. There it looks more off center, but actually when you look at the other border of the card there, not too bad. Of course, with it being a 5, there are some issues with it. There's a dinged corner a little bit down there and up there, but again, yeah, centering, would I have liked it maybe just a little better left to right, but honestly, I can't really complain with this. Again, this fits my overall eye appeal of the card. There are, again, some minor things on the front. It just overall doesn't take away. I don't see a lot with these 72s, especially up in this area. You'll see those little fisheye print marks sometimes. It's a solid color there. Registration seems to be good. And again, it's a 5. I had originally been looking at 6s of this. That was my original goal, to get this in a 6. But again, as I've mentioned before on these videos here, prices have gone up since I put my list together. And I originally targeted about $75 for this 72 Topps Hank Aaron. I was not going to be getting that with a 6 these days. Recent sales prices of 6s have been in $125 and up. And especially, like I said, right now, I wasn't even anticipating being able to pick up a card like this. And so I had been looking at dropping down a grade, as I've done on a couple of these cards off my list, to fit it within my budget. And so this 5 fit in perfectly. There is the back of the card, maybe slight diamond centering, but very crisp and clean back. Really nice actually. So overall, I am very pleased to add this Hank Aaron card. So I alluded to the price and things like that. So just to give you guys a sense of what this card cost me. The seller originally had it for $90. Buy it now. And the offer that he submitted to those that were watching the card was $78. So I don't know what percentage drop that was. I didn't bother calculating it, but he dropped the price down to 78. So like I said, $90 was sort of on the high end of the comps for a 5. 78, brought it down into a more reasonable level. So again, my budget was 75. So, and again, the 75 did not include shipping and tax and all that stuff. So the actual purchase price was only a couple bucks off, but my all-in cost for this card was $85. So to give a sort of a recap of where I am after 17 cards, my budget that I had set aside for the 17 cards that I've picked up so far would have cost me $2,150, but so far I've only spent $1,955. So I am still $195, almost $200 under my budget of what I thought it would cost me to pick up so far these 17 cards off my list. Now this 72 Aaron now sort of completes the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, in terms of the list. I had some on my list that were fairly inexpensive, ones that I figured I'd spend less than $100 on. Well, I've picked all of them up. So now I'm going to be going into cards that are going to cost me at least $100, $150, $200 is sort of that next tier of cards that I'll be looking at. But there are quite a few on that list. And again, if need be, I'm willing to drop down a grade from what I had originally anticipated on picking one of those cards up. Again, if I can find one that has some nice eye appeal to it, I don't care about dropping down a grade. To me, it's not the grade. The grade isn't important to me. This could be a 5, this could be a 6. It doesn't matter. To me, does a card have nice eye appeal, and does it fit within my budget of what I'm willing to spend or able to spend at a particular time? And this one fits the bill right here. So yeah, with this 1972 Topps Hank Aaron card, I'm doing pretty well on my late Hank Aaron player run. I have a 65, although it's in the BGS holder, so I got to get that flipped over to PSA. But I do have the 65. I'm missing the 66. I have his 67, 68, 69. Still missing his 70. That's maybe one I'm going to look at the National. Then I have his 71, now the 72, 73, 74, 75, and 76. So doing fairly well on my Hank Aaron run. Of course, it's only going to get worse. Once I get past the 1970, now we're looking at the 64 and older, and the only other two older ones I believe I have are his 56 Topps and 55 Bowman. So other than that, it goes all the way up to 65 that I'm missing or need to go up to. So we're talking minimum $150 or more. So my Hank Aaron run after I get past 70 is probably going to slow down a lot. But I may be able to pick up a couple at the National. We'll see. I know I want to try to work on my Kari Yastrzemski run as well, and there's a couple others out there that depending on what I see at the National, there's still lots of gaps on my list and lots of cool cards, lots of cool vintage cards I'd love to add to my collection. I'm not going to have unlimited funds, of course, so I'm going to have to spend wisely, try to get the most bang for my buck. But there you have it, card number 17 off my 100 cards for $100,000. Would love to know what you think of the 72 Hank Aaron, also my progress to date so far. and would always love your opinion on which card maybe I should go for next. Knowing that I'm going to be in that $100, $150, $200 range at maximum. Nothing before the National. I mean, I didn't think I was going to pick that one up, but definitely I'm not going to be in a position to pick anything up from this list prior to the National. So again, we'd love your thoughts and feedback. If you like this video, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.